Hello everyone. Today I'm going to take you through the cast on as well as the first couple rows of my new pattern, Boho Love. It is a free handspun friendly pattern. Today I'm actually not going to use handspun. I'm going to use some hand dyed super chunky and some Shetland. This kit will be in my shop. If it's sold out, just hit the notify button, and then when it comes back in stock, you're more than welcome to snag it up. And if you do hit the notify, then you're going to get the first alert of when it's back in stock too. So key there. But today I'm going to try and use these two yarns because I think they would work really, really well together. They're a little bit more cost effective than getting a skein of handspun. The pattern calls for about 200 yards of bulky since you double it, and then about a little bit over 100 yards of handspun, a super bulky handspun. These each have over 100 yards, I'm pretty sure. Granted, you kind of make the scarf as long as you would like the scarf to be. You could even make it a cowl and just seam it up. It is really up to you and what you desire. I did not offer a swatch with this lovely pattern. It's a little bit subjective, and I will show you how I determine how long I would like my scarf to be. I love a long tail cast on. These are my size 17s. I'm going to do this and start casting on my stitches. The original pattern says 13. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I stretch those stitches out, that's how long my scarf would be. I actually want a little bit longer. 14, 15, 16, 17. The key is to always keep an odd number of stitches, not even. And that is a great width for me. I kind of like an oversized looking scarf. If you don't, then you might be happier with the same 13. You can always try it out for a couple rows, and then if you're not up to it, just frog it and then start again. It's quick enough of a pattern that you don't feel like you're wasting your time and you're not taking out color work or anything. Well, you kind of are, but very simple color work on a size 17 needle. If you are a tight knitter and you do have a size 19 on hand, I also recommend trying that. That might be a better fit. I am a pretty loose knitter, I believe, and I did not knit this with a tight gauge in mind. I kind of knit this a little fast, a little sloppy, if I'm being truthful to myself. All right, so here's my first row done. Once you get your first row done, you go and grab your contrast color. You knit the first stitch. Then you purl the stitch below. So here's a stitch on your needle. Here's a stitch below. And you go into that stitch and purl. So knit, purl, moving your yarn back and forth. Check my pattern, see what it says. Knit the last stitch. All right, So my purl below, knit last stitch, and you're not going to turn, you're going to move your work back up to the front. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. So back up to the front. Our contrast is all the way at the end. This is the tail, and here we have our original yarn. So then your second row is to knit, purl, regular, then knit the stitch below. So this is your knit stitch, that hole right there, knit it below, regular purl, knit below, regular purl, knit below. Okay, want to make sure, purl one stitch to the end of the row, knit the last stitch. Okay, so same thing, except you're just going to knit this stitch instead of the previous knit one below. Now you have both on the same side. Now you're going to turn your work, and then you're going to pick up your contrast color, and you're going to knit, knit below, purl. So knit, knit below, purl. Right, knit, knit below, purl, knit below, purl. You should always see the two bumps, right? So there's two bumps there, so that means it's just a regular. This doesn't have two bumps. This does. In case you ever are in the middle of the row and forgot what is next. What does it want me to do for the last stitch? Knit the last stitch. I'm reading the pattern at the same time as I'm knitting it. Again, not turning the work. Now we're back on this side with our main color, which is the only one left. You're going to knit that first stitch, knit another stitch, and then you're going to purl below. So only one bump, purl below. This has two bumps, so it's a regular knit. Let's zoom out. If you are not used to working with these thicker needles, I would highly suggest that you knit this in parts. This can be knit in a day, but sometimes the stress of the movement on the wrist is not the best. So, while I understand the excitement, please be careful and mindful of your body. Okay. Purl one below, knit the last two stitches. I knit this one and I knit this one. So now we got something happening, right? Here's one side, and here is the other side. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. Let's do one more set. And then I think we should be good. So you're going to go to the beginning, right? And it's your contrast color first. I love how the speckles look in this yarn. Oh, so pretty. Knit 1 stitch, purl below, knit, and purl. Bring you guys back in. It's funny, the light today is not being its best. And that's so weird. Okay, 2 bumps, single bump, and again, last stitch, just knit, move your work. Now we're working with our main color. Knit, purl, knit below. So knit, purl, knit below, purl, let me show you again. So this is a regular purl because there's 2 bumps. But the knit does not have 2 bumps, it just has 1. So right in that stitch below. All right, here's my stitch on the needle. Here's the previous one, right through there, and then knit. Then knit the last stitch. So cute. And you're starting to see that fisherman rib. The light is not doing it any justice, but it's coming out beautifully. My suggestion for you is when you are working on this pattern, if you're someone like me who has a hard time remembering your rows, even if you write them down, you like lose the paper, I always finish all 4 rows. So I know when I pick it back up, I'm starting from row 1. And that's what I like the most about this pattern, is that there's not much to it. And I can pick it up and start back and not have to question myself so much. But because it's only a 4-row repeat, I can go in and do a couple sets and not feel like I'm in the middle and I can't stop. So those are my suggestions. This is my lovely little video. Sorry about the lighting. If I get better lighting, I'll definitely record more later. But yeah, this is how you do the Boho Love scarf, which is free and available on my blog. Thank you.